I've been looking at this question today of being real with myself, being real with the current reality that I'm existing in, and what that practically means for me. And what I noticed is that most of what goes on within me is a form of distraction. So I'm not presently facing what I'm creating, so to speak. There's many instances where during my day I am mostly deliberately distracting myself to not face the responsibilities that I have. Yes, I do work. I do what I have to do to get my income. But one of the things that is real about myself is that I am not living to my utmost potential. Yes, I realize this is a process, of course, to walk, to get to a point where we are living at our utmost potential. But within each day, I look and see what, in fact, I'm actually doing. And usually, within this assessment, I'm not satisfied. Based on the potential that I could move myself to do, but within that there's a consistent giving in to resistance. So within that, realizing that point, it's not like I'm not moving myself. I'm walking the Destiny process, which is a process of self-forgiveness, self-honesty, self-correction. So I have been walking this process for some time. So I have made, movement in myself in terms of changing from someone who was pretty insecure about myself to someone that can move through that insecurity and become stable and confident in situations. So that's a process I've been walking for some time now. But now I'm starting to open up more of the points that I've hidden, that I've not wanted to see. And within this, it's points that are not my best. And to face what is real, I would say, is to face the not so pretty or not so comforting points within myself. Because otherwise, nothing will ever change. If I don't face every part of myself, the so-called easy points and the difficult points, the more deeper points, challenging points, then nothing will change. And obviously within this reality, what we've created is complete separation. People suffering, people abused. Really, we've created a hell in this world. And within myself, I live a comfortable life, so to speak, in terms of I don't have my basic needs. There's no struggle to get them. I am living comfortably, so to speak. But even within my life, I have stress, constant tension, and this is based on my mind thinking. And those who have more, so to speak, or those who have are given more, such as my life. I'm given a house to live in. I've been given a job. I'm able to buy clothes, food. I'm comfortably living. I have responsibility through being given that. Those who don't have that within their lives, they they don't have the ability to do what I'm doing, so my responsibility is greater. And I take this responsibility seriously. I am dedicated in myself to move myself to be someone who is living to their highest potential, which I see as someone who is efficient within their day-to-day living, balancing their time, balancing the commitments that I've made, and pushing projects and points to a satisfactory of what is best, and what will create solutions to what is best. And within my living condition, or within my state of my life now, it's moving to a point where I'm physically having to create that. So, it's not so easy in terms of the tasks at hand that I have to walk. But it has to be done. So within that, this is what I've kind of realized, that in the face of resistance and fear, what defines you, or what defines me, is who I am within that. And who you are is what you create, is what you will live in those times of, the time that's here, that's our lives. Because each action that we make, when we live in resistance, or when we push ourselves to move through that resistance, is having a ripple effect in the greater world. It may seem that it doesn't matter, it doesn't have any effect, but if you push yourself through those resistances and move yourself to do something that is supportive of not only yourself but others, that is a step in moving to what is best for all, moving to support life. So little moments in your day-to-day living, like, I saw a little boy today, and he had a football, and he was like kind of throwing it up in the air, and I said, you want to play pass? And so I just stopped and played pass with him for a little while. It's not something that had an effect on world problems, but in that little boy, I supported him in that moment to play, to have fun, to enjoy himself while I enjoyed myself. And, that will have a ripple effect in his life. So, walking the Destiny Eye process has supported me to become someone moving from my thinking, from my mind's illusions, such as my judgments of myself, or believing things about myself or other people. I've been able to walk through that in this process of realizing that me and others are not separate. We're equals. We're equals, and we're life. Within myself, I'm not something. I'm not worthy. I'm not inferior in any way. I'm equal to others. Everybody is here equals. And through that principle of living equal as life, treating all as life, that takes a process, because we have always lived in separation. We've always lived in survival. We've always lived in competition. So that is the point I want to make, is that each have a responsibility within their own living, within their own lives, to do what is best for all. And these moments in your day-to-day living, who you are within that has a ripple effect, has a consequence. So I suggest walking the Destiny Eye process to understand yourself as your mind, understand yourself as those thoughts that are creating the life that is here. The struggles and the fears that we're in, and the competition, survival mode, to changing that to live what is best for all, to see everybody as equals, and to take responsibility for yourself through a learning process, through an understanding process of a lot of material that's out there in the courses and such, to change ourselves to be a society that solves problems, that takes care of everybody as equals, and we live as people with integrity, because we've changed our ways that aren't working, that aren't supportive of life, are not supportive of what is best for all. We've changed those points to be supportive through being real in reality, through seeing the issues that are really happening to many beings, seeing the suffering that is going on in every moment of this world. You can look online, or you can look outside your window and see the suffering that's going on here. And all this suffering can be solved through our participation, who we are within our living, and what we decide to walk each and every day. Little moments accumulate to your life, to who you are, and that is what will be measured at death. So this life matters. Being physical, being real, becoming in tune with reality, what is happening in reality, is key, and that is walk through the Destiny Eye process, understanding your mind and grounding yourself to what is real. So, thanks for listening, and goodbye.